You are looking live at a daily chart of the Nasdaq. Today's Saturday, September 7th, and welcome to my weekly review. You can see a lot of arrows pointing on this uh, Nasdaq, which was down 436 points, 437 points on Friday, or 2.55%. And for the week, the damage was over 1,000 points, 5.77%, the worst week since I believe it was January of 2022, which would be in here somewhere where it was yeah, the 21st, where it was down 7.5%. So it's been more than 2.5 years since we've had a week like last week. Obviously, since Powell has indicated that he's going to lower interest rates, the market's changed. It's been more defensive. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I just wanted to point out last year from July to October, July 19th to October 26th to be exact, we had a three-wave down correction, which was 16% in totality. And then, of course, we enjoyed a nice rally. And this is when we want to step on the gas. You tap the brakes here, you step on the gas. And now we made this high of 18,671 on July 11th. So we're a week ahead of last year. We had a 16% correction from July 11th to August 5, the yin carry trade, if you remember. We had a nice 13% rally with a bunch of follow-through days in here. And now that rally has just collapsed. It's kaputski. It's done. Adios, muchachos. The only positive you could say about this action here is that it filled that gap there. But the gap was at what, 16,895. It closed at 16,690, so it's well below it. Anyway, are you thinking that we could have another three-wave down correction like last year? That's very plausible. We've had one. There's your counter trend rally, and now the trend continues lower. Maybe another little rally, and then lower, and then we have our three-wave down. But anyway, I just take things one day at a time. And I mentioned that, the market has changed a little bit. For a while there, we were seeing the small caps do better. Small caps have sliced the 50. The Nasdaq, by the way, I better go back. This is MDY below the 50. Just for, cocktail information, I call it. The Nasdaq closed Friday 5% below its 50. Now, it's been down here before, back here on the August 5th, it got 7.8, 8% below the 50 before it rallied up. So it's probably going to go lower. It can get lower, but also, when it was up here, it was like 8% above, its 50. So we know it'll get back above it. It's just going to take some time. I showed you the MDY, the IWM, the SPY on a Friday slices 50 with volume. So after Labor Day, the market's telling us which way it wants to go, and that way is lower to the downside. And then the Dow Jones is the strongest index. How do I know that? It's the only one above its 50. It's 0.4% above the 50, but I wouldn't count on that. Seems like only a matter of time. I did mention that since Powell has indicated that there's going to be some rate cuts coming up, the market's changed. And what has changed? Well, utilities are leading the way. Financials, REITs, tobacco, defensive names, value names. This is the Warren Buffett type of market. This is a Dominion Energy. I'm just going to show you these. I run a screen every weekend for growth, relative strength, stocks above their moving averages, and usually there's 250 to 300 names in there. This week there was 30, and most of them are in this utilities. Let's go to FE, First Energy, electric power. I mean, these things are all looking great, right? Trending higher. NI, another utility just trending higher, surfing the tens, which we like. Some oil and gas stocks doing okay. Okay. Trending, just trending above moving averages. TRP is Oil and Gas Transportation Pipeline Group is what is doing well. This one trending higher. TRGP, another one in oil and gas. So you get the hint, the transportation, the utilities, these are the stocks that are trending above moving averages and looking good. This is Sempra, another utility. Anyway, I mentioned tobacco. BTI, the center stocks are doing great during this period of lower interest rates. Bond yields are coming down. This is Mo. Oh, it's down 2 days in a row. What a crime. Still 0.4% above its 10. And then PM Philip Morris. This thing's going parabolic. I did mention the lower rates, and that's helping these guys, the home builders, right? DR Horton, looking strong above its moving averages. Lennar, I kind of am partial to DR Horton, but Lennar doing well, and also Pulte doing better with the lower rates. So that's all good for the home builders, the utility stocks, or some oil and gas, the tobacco, and of course, I cannot forget the insurance stocks. They've been on a roll, one of the top groups. That's Aflac, Allstate, Progressive. They're all doing great. AJG, which is Gallagher, which we do have on our leading stock list. And then, of course, my favorite ticker symbol, BRO, above its 10. So that group looks fine as well. Some other names that, that I know that, are defensive, value-oriented. Campbell Soup, going parabolic. I mean, this is, Clorox and Colgate Palmolive. Those two are just trending in the right direction. If you're a trend trader, you got to like that. Breakout trending higher on Clorox, pays a nice dividend too. MKC is another one. McCormick, the seasonings, salt seasonings. TSN, Tyson. I think they're mostly known for chicken, but these things are looking fantastic. Unilever, another food stock. And then some of the defense names, I mentioned defense, like ERJ, doing well. Had a little hiccup on Friday, pulled back to its 10, but these things are super strong. Lockheed Martin just heading in the right direction as well. So, okay, so what is not defensive that we can get into? Well, there's finance, right? EQR, equity residential, and just trading with its moving averages. The Royal Bank of Canada, another one, just fantastic. VIRT, that was one that I actually traded. Looks pretty good, still trading above its 10. I like that. FI, Pfizer, pulled back, closed below its 10. How dare it on Friday. And then Huntington Bank shares, yeah, setting up in a base, looks okay. Let me see. PNC, the Pittsburgh Pirates ballpark is PNC Park. It's traded below its 21. And then STT. Yeah, Friday was a real bummer for a lot of stocks. This one pulled back to its 21. So finances, utilities, energy, tobacco, defense, finance. Oh, got to get to some drug stocks, just a few. This one is Halion. This is, you just look at the chart. That looks fantastic. HROW, another medical biotech stock, pulled back to its 21. And then Sanofi. Sanofi, I wrote Sanofi down. I haven't looked at it for a while. Yeah, this thing's going ballistic too. Okay, so those are the drug names. A couple of the medical stocks. Boston Scientific, just showing strength. I'm just showing you strength there. I'm not buying these or showing you anything actionable. Those who are interested in the those 30 stocks that I mentioned earlier that are trading above their moving averages, I'm going to post that on my site here this weekend. So we got the drugs. Oh, the REIT stocks. Everybody loves a REIT stock. Some of these are monthly payers. Omega Healthcare Investors, a long-term care facility, which those stocks have been doing really well. Also, SBRA, trending in the right direction. Another one of these healthcare related REITs, finance REIT stocks. Tower, healthcare, senior facilities, common theme there with the managed care and the hospital stocks, which are doing well, which I show just about every day. I'm not going to do it today. And then Ventas, this is a healthcare related stock. So ENSG, I told you I wouldn't show these related healthcare. This is medical long-term care, 192 assisted living facilities, just trending in the right direction. But like I said, I'm not going to show you those. What other ones do I have? Oh, yeah, I've got to get to some software because software is hit and miss. And this is some software, some hardware doing well. This is Tyler Technologies. You can see consolidating in a base here, trading tight within the base, above the moving averages. Yeah, I like that a lot. Um, let's take a look at the weekly chart. It's a weekly review. I haven't been showing any weekly charts. Flat base, you could tell I'm not doing much in the market here. I got to respect the selling. You have to respect the selling. We don't know how long this is going to last or how low it will go, but I guarantee there's going to be some good prices on some stocks, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. ZETA, they had a secondary offering and went up on Thursday, pulled back 6%. Yikes on Friday. Man, Friday was a rough day, but still, trading 2% above its 21. So not too bad. Box doing well, gapped up and now forming a little shelf type pattern. But the selling has been so strong. Even GoDaddy pulled back below its 50. This thing has been on a major bender, major heater. And now, just a couple days, that's the way it goes, right? Stairs up and the elevator down. So, if you hang on too long, when it bends at the end, you just got to get rid of these things. They're really torch you. IBM, wouldn't consider it a software name, but it's doing well. Big Blue above its moving averages. SMTC is another one. Semiconductor Fabless. This is in the. It's a smaller name. In the semiconductor fabless space, which was one of the top 10 groups. Now you can see it's 93. That fell out very quickly. And then I got to mention AT&T. Oh, AT&T is actually doing something here, trying to, broke out of this stage one base. And this thing pays you like what, over 5% just to hold it. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe people are buying it for the dividend. That's enough of the hardware software names, though. Not a lot going on in that group. Some retail names. Retail names have been hit and miss. Best Buy, you can see a gapped higher, forming a shelf. Looks pretty good. CAVA got downgraded. I mean, had this big move and then got downgraded. Yeah, it had that low of 110, and it's been holding above that level. That's an area of interest for me. So yeah, CAVA. I'm impressed with the way CAVA has been able to hold up during this brutal sell-off. KDP, might be seeing Dr. Pepper on some of these college football games. Yeah, it looks pretty strong as well, above moving averages. That's one of the ones that showed up on my screening this weekend. And then Walmart, one of the big retailers in America, and just gapped higher with earnings and now trending with its 10. So Walmart looks fantastic. So that's the retail names. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Somebody asked me to look at some of the Indian stocks, so I'm going to do that. This is Make My Trip, leisure travel booking stock, trades on the Nasdaq. It's been a really strong stock. Leisure travel has been doing well since everybody wants to travel after COVID. And this is kind of pinching in here since the August 5th. Not bad action there. INFY is an Indian provider of software infrastructure management, Infosys, INFY, and it's trading above its 21. So any stock above the 21 in this tape is doing pretty darn good. 0.5% above the 21. So maybe it'll find support there next week. A couple of other names that brought to my attention. WIPRO, WIT. This is computer tech services, consulting, IT, internet technology, whatever. It's only a $6 stock, but consolidating in a base and doesn't look too bad. If you like $6 stocks, it's above its 50, so that's always a good thing. A couple of bank stocks, finance bank stocks from HDB is one. HDB, if I could type it in there correctly. Yeah, this one looks okay too. Just consolidating in a base, trading sideways. I mean, I'm not going to be buying much stocks in this current environment. That's for darn sure. And this is Dr. Reddy's Labs, pharmaceutical. In generics, you can see that, had a tough week last week, down 5%, but had been doing well after it broke out of its base there. So it broke out, now pulled back below its 50. And my last one that I'm going to look at is WNS outsourcing. I guess this is financial insurance and travel. industry. It doesn't look bad. Once again, consolidating in a base. So those are some the Indian stocks that I looked like at recently. Anyway, I wanted to move on because last night Palantir, Erie Insurance, and Dell were it was announced they're joining the S&P 500 and everybody's cheering and the Palantir is up 7%. But if I take a look at some of the stocks that were recently put in, Deckers was put in on March 18th. And if I just change this date here to March 18, 2024, we can see how it's performed since joining the S&P 500. It's down 5.38%, not too good. And SMCI went in with it on that day, and it's down 61%. So just because Palantir and Dell and Erie are going into the S&P 500, that is not a reason to buy them. I haven't looked at Erie. Insurance has been super strong, though. Yeah, 70,000 average daily volume, but it's a $500 stock. But you could see the breakout moving higher like every other insurance stock. That's like shooting fish in a barrel. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Like I said, on the Nasdaq, you got to respect the selling. You don't know how low it's going to go or how long it's going to last. And, you know, as this follow through day has failed, this rally here, you just got to let it settle. Let it settle. I'm going to go through a couple of names that I'm watching during this pullback, names that I think are strong that have long-term growth potential. Obviously, Lilly's one. It's still above its 50, but you know, if I can get Lilly at 740, I'll be very happy with that. Novo Nordisk, these guys have runway for growth for a long, long time. I'm a big believer in this weight loss category, and they can come down all they want. Let it come down to 118. Thank you very much. So that's one area that I'm watching. Obviously, NVIDIA and the artificial intelligence. This is going to be a bargain basement price at some point. Right now, I mean, they're doing 30 billion in sales, growing triple-digit sales and earnings growth for the last 5 quarters. Hello. It was a $3.2 trillion stock, and now it's only 2.5 billion. So it's knocked off like 700 billion since this 140. And so the lower it comes in, the cheaper it gets, the more I become interested. Broadcom, kind of the same thing. I like to go with the leaders, but you know, Broadcom, NVIDIA is kind of like NVO and Lilly and drugs or 1, 2. And I think you're going to get good prices on Broadcom, which had a really strong report. I mean, you're looking at accelerating sales and earnings growth. Come on, what does Wall Street want? It's just they're selling, you know, sell now, ask questions later. That's what Wall Street does. So they're taking profits, plenty of profits to take. When a stock is run like this the last few years, yeah, take some profits. Darn it, why not? I mean, that's been a heck of a run. So anyway, I'm going to move on to another group that I like. The power group, you know, Quanta Services, the build out of the data centers, like this one, it's below its 50. STRL is another one that I'm looking at. Sterling, I'll let them come in. I don't care. As long as I'm out of the market, let them come in. When I'm in the market, I want them to go higher. So it's just, I think right now most people want to be out and wait for it to settle. Vistra, this is another data center play along with Constellation. These are nuclear power as well. Man, I'd take this 155. Come to Papa. Come on down. I mean, I don't care. I'm out of the market, so you can come on down. VRT, which is another one of these data center plays. And this one's coming down. Yeah, 62. I would take that. Couple other ones that I like that are starting to come in. TMDX, super growth profile here, but yeah, let it come in. I mean, it was 134 not long ago, 128. Let it come in. Heck, even if it wants to come back to this area around $100 where it broke out in April, I'd be fine with me. Spotify is another one that I like that's coming in. It pulled back to its 50 on Friday. So, you know, that's another one that I'm watching and let it come in. That's my theme for the week. And the last one I mentioned was Dell. You know, the artificial intelligence has got to start showing some more growth and sales. And Dell, I know it's going into the S&P. I'm not really interested in that. But yeah, below its 200 here. Let it come in. Anyway, That's it for me. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. Like I said, at the site, I'm going to have those 30 stocks that are showing relative strength above their moving averages, and quite possibly maybe show a little interest in those. Anyway, at mcstockcharts.com, we never give up.